Hello everyone, this is Ming Han here. A community member asked for an analysis on this company, Capitaland Ascott Trust, so I shall do a quick analysis on Capitaland Ascott Trust. A short disclaimer that this is not a buy-sell call. The knowledge applied here can be found online or books. So let's get down to it. So from a TA perspective, it is generally sideways, and now it is at a resistance area. Recently, I've shared with the community that why I will not take a trade from the rebound from the support because of the risk reward ratio is not favorable and there is a potential resistance. That's the reason why I don't take it as a short term trade. So we can see that this is generally range bound, and $1 seems like an attractive price level in this range bound session since June 2020. Fundamentally, let's take a look. The dividends per unit has been increasing since COVID. Revenue is positive, net profit is positive, debt to assets ratio is under 45%, book value is around $1.15. So back to the chart. Next, let's take a look at how prices and price to book value respond to one another. Let me hide the other lines here and just show this indicator. So on the lower pane is the price to book ratio. And above here, there are a few lines which I like to draw out and explain. So some simple math here before we continue. By multiplying a price to book ratio to the current book value per share, we get a fair price. So for example, price to book ratio is P over B. And if you multiply by the book value per share, you will get P. So some simple math here. Okay, let's clear the screen. Next, the blue lines here, you see there's a number of blue lines. The thinner one is the average price to book ratio for the past 10 years multiplied by the current book value per share. Whereas the thicker one here is the median. You can see that they are quite similar. The purple one, the purple line here is the book value per share. So we can see how it moves. So recently it has been coming down from here, the book value per share. You can tell that it has been coming down. The red line is one standard deviation above the average. The green line is one standard deviation below the average. So notice how prices actually respect the green line, which is one standard deviation below. So just now we mentioned two prices. This price is around 0.94. So let me write that down. So we have two prices now. One, we're looking at the $1 TA support. Two, we're looking at the book value at about 0.94. So what are the possible scenarios? So the possible scenarios, I'll bring back my support resistance. So these are the possible scenarios. Scenario 1, the price could head down to $1 and rebound. Scenario 2, price could move down to $1. Let's look at scenario 2. Price could move down to $1 and then go to 94 cents. Scenario 3, the price could break above $1.09. And scenario 4, the price could break all the way below 94 cents. So knowing these 4 scenarios, personally, my take would be I would plan my funds and trading investment plan around $1.94, which is around scenario 1 and scenario 2. Because if it goes above 1.09, it is, to me, is overvalued. I do not want to get in there. I don't have a margin of safety. And scenario 4, if prices go below 94 cents and it doesn't come back up, that is a red flag to me. There's a red flag to me because it has been respecting the one standard lower deviation, right? One standard deviation below. So look at this. It has been respecting it. Go down a bit, come back up, fine. I am more than happy to take it at around the 94 cents. So this is how we can plan our trades on this Capitaland Ascott Trust. So this is just some examples on trade planning. Because if you fail to trade, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So that is the gist of it. With these scenarios, I have mentioned that I will organize my trade plan around scenario 1 and 2. So we cannot control the market, but we can plan our trades around these levels. If our plan plays out, that's great. If not, there will always be another trade, another better investment elsewhere. So for REITs, I wouldn't take the trading perspective as short term in and out, but I will plan on how I can invest in this Capitaland Ascott Trust. So this is the video for today. At the end of the day, right, be it trading or investing, price is what you pay, and you want to get it at a price with a margin of safety. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend.